Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Monday, March 20. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is assuring the public that the expertise of skilled Jamaicans will be called on to develop plans for a new parliamentary complex. Mr. Holness says that while the project is at a preliminary stage, purposeful efforts will be made to include Jamaicans in the design and execution of the project. He adds that government remains committed to building a complex that all Jamaicans can be proud of and one that reflects the island's history, struggles, triumphs, and overall journey. Prime Minister Holness's comments came in a statement responding to an open letter from the Jamaican Institute of Architects. The institute has raised concerns about the recent signing of a non-binding agreement with China Construction of America. The company will provide consultancy services to scope the first phase of the construction of the new Parliament building. The Urban Development Corporation will act as project manager for the overall plan to develop a government circle on 240 acres of land at National Hero Circle. Buildings to be constructed include a new Parliament building, offices of government ministries, agencies and departments, as well as commercial and residential areas. 3 additional courtrooms are to be established at the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the courtrooms will be in place by December as the civil registry, which is now situated at the Supreme Court, will be relocated and that space converted into the new courtrooms. The addition forms part of the ministry's project to improve the timely delivery of justice. The minister was speaking at Court Management Services National Public Education Day, held recently at the Supreme Court.
One of the problems, especially in the justice sector, is that so little is known about the services offered. Because at the Ministry of Justice, you get so many questions. They believe that justice is decided at the Ministry of Justice. And when they complain, we literally have to say, you have to take the matter to court.
Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries Carl Samuda says Jamaica is committed to expanding its export of produce and products to the United Kingdom. He says part of that expansion includes meeting customer demand for fresh fruit, yam and sweet potatoes in the UK and the wider European Union market. Minister Samuda's comments were delivered by the ministry's Chief Technical Director, Stephen Wedderburn, at Thursday's launch of the UK Food and Beverage Exhibition.
We recognize that to do this, we have to organize our exports in a more sustainable way. This involves identifying markets, training our farmers and potential exporters in international business best practices, and exposing them to the requirements of the markets in an organized way and bringing them in closer contact with the markets and their market requirements.
The 3-day food and beverage event was organized by the British High Commission. It provided an opportunity for local companies and those of 4 other Caribbean countries to forge relationships with representatives from 30 British companies in attendance. Students of Tarrant High School in Kingston will be the first beneficiaries of a public education and outreach project dubbed Child Rights and Protection. The project is funded by an $8 million grant from the British High Commission and is being implemented by the Office of the Children's Advocate. At this Wednesday's outreach, Tarrant High School students will be educated on how to deal with issues affecting them, including bullying, child abuse, self-esteem issues, online predators, and human trafficking. The project was launched on March 17 and will engage children, parents, teachers, and persons in authority through television, social media, and school visits. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison says the funds will assist in changing the culture of how Jamaicans view children and their rights and how they treat them.
We at the Office of the Children's Advocate also find that our children in Jamaica today need guidance, and they need avenues through which to access help when faced with difficult and troublesome situations. This project, with assistance from the British, seeks to plug this deficit by sensitizing the nation as a whole about the role and functions of the Office of the Children's Advocate, and by building the capacity of the public around the issue of children's rights and their protection.
And finally, members of the public who use the services of the Cornwall Regional Hospital are being reminded of the relocation of some of the hospital's services. The Accident and Emergency Department is now at the Mount Salem Health Center. The West Jamaica Conference has been retrofitted to accommodate the following clinics: cardiology, dermatology, ENT, general surgery, medical, neurosurgery, nutrition, ophthalmology, sickle cell, urology, plastic surgery, pediatric medicine, and surgery. The physiotherapy department also continues to serve the public from the West Jamaica Conference. Meanwhile, the blood donation unit is located in the building at the hospital's lower car park. The Barnett Clinic and the Cottage Close now house the antenatal and gynecology clinics. Mental health services are now at the Holy Trinity Church on Miriam Way. Pharmacy services for outpatients can be accessed at the Montego Bay Type 5, Catherine Hall, Maroon Town, Cambridge, Granville, and Adelphi Health Centers. For further information, the public is being advised to call 684-4081 or 952-5100-9. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.